today is for people who want to learn. People who want to learn. Not people who want to unlearn. This is people who want to learn. Learn. If you don't want to learn, scroll up. Scroll. Move. Yes. Now, do we now have only the people who want to learn the real thing about eating healthy? But let me remove this for now and let's talk. And there been an increase in quasi nutritionists everywhere. Coach, everybody is a coach, everybody is a nutritionist, everybody is a doctor, everybody is hello. With the wrong teachings flying everywhere, I won't be surprised some people will just wake up and without knowing what happened to them is as a result of the wrong nutrition knowledge. They eat like food. What am I talking about today specifically? Red meat. Now everybody says red meat is bad. I'm not saying red meat is good though. Don't get me wrong. And I am not still saying red meat is bad. But whatever you are doing, whatever you are taking as knowledge or as food, you should know why as an adult. You should know why as an adult. Why someone says red meat is bad and red meat is bad. What is bad about red meat? Let me start from the good sides of red meat. Red meat is very high in iron. Very good source of iron, a very good source of zinc, a very good source of B complex vitamins. Do you even know what these are? I'll take them one after the other, but I will focus on iron for now, for women. Because women are the ones that are easily caught in all these craze about eating healthy. Iron is one very important, see me saying important like important. I beg you. Iron is one very important thing you should not lack as a woman. And for you to know whether you have iron or you don't have iron, or for you to have good quality iron, you have to know what are the sources. How will you get it? Where can I get it? What will I eat to get good iron in my body? Yes, I use good iron. I'll come to that to explain what I mean by good iron. So red meat is one very good source of iron. And as a woman who menstruates, iron is very important. For the quantity of blood that leaves our body every month, you should not be caught unfresh when it comes to iron. Why is that? Iron is a major constant of the blood. And for you to lose so much blood every month, as a woman, you know what it means. You're losing iron as well. And when your body is not having enough iron, and the little you have is depleted monthly through menstruation, you're going to become anemic. You are going to become anemic. Did you learn that? Did that sink in? You have to know why you're not eating something before you stop. You have to know why you're not eating something. Sorry, the red meat is again. So that is iron. Does not mean that in the morning you boil meat and eat. In the afternoon you do suya. In the night you eat beef pepper soup. No. They are recommended daily intakes of all these things. Even if you can't measure it scientifically, there are ways to know when you are overdoing it. So on this part of the lecture, the take home I want you to have is that red meat is not a killer, in quotes, especially if you have not been diagnosed of any particular ailment that can put you at risk. These ailments are varied. There's so many ailments that might need you to reduce your red meat intake. But if you do not have any of such, please do not totally cut out red meat, especially if you're a woman. The next thing I'm going to talk about is bioavailability. Bioavailability. I know a lot of people have not heard about that, but I'll break it down in a way you will understand. Stay with me. On to the next topic. I mentioned something about bioavailability and non-bioavailability. Now, red meats, like I said, or meat, or even poultry too, are high in iron, right? Green vegetables, a lot of leafy vegetables are also high in iron. But the iron that is present in vegetables are mostly non-heme. Non-heme iron is not readily available for the body to absorb. Do you get my point? Green vegetables, the iron they contain, or most leafy vegetables like some savory carrot and amaranth, or normal green, ugu and all of that, they contain iron too, which is why when people don't have blood shortage, they're advised to take vegetable ugu or drink ugu water. But the iron in those vegetables are what we call non-heme iron. Non-heme iron. They are not easily and readily absorbed by the body. How can you curtail that? How can you manage a balance to that with that? The way to manage or to create a balance with that is to eat food that contains non-heme iron with food that contains heme iron, like vegetable and meat. You know, you know what I mean? If you understand good food, you understand what I'm talking about. So you can have a lot of vegetable, add a bit of red meat, a bit of meat. Let me not focus so much so that people who know more than me will not say, but poultry contains iron too. So for you to make iron in vegetable readily available for the body to use, you have to add it food that contains heme iron, meat, red meat, organ meat. Do you get the point? In order not to sound too scientific and not to sound like I'm patronizing red meat, maybe I'm starting a red meat business. Yes, red meat has been fingered or has been pointed, I don't want to use that other word, has been pointed as a culprit in heart diseases. Yes, this is true. It could be because a lot of red meat have fat in between the layers of muscle, unlike white meat that have fat only beneath the skin of the animals. Red meat have fat in between the layers of muscles. Now, these fats are not exactly very healthy or easily digestible and can go to surround the arteries, you know, the surroundings of the heart. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. Yes, I agree to that, which is why you have to check and balance. Are you at risk of a heart disease? What puts you at risk? Some other things might be putting you at risk of a heart disease, which is a sedentary lifestyle, lack of exercise, and eating too much sugar. or carbohydrate. I think I've mentioned somewhere that carbohydrates breaks down to fat eventually. So you have to weigh. Now this food item gives me iron, which will help with my blood, which will help me not be anemic. It contains B vitamins, which will help with my brain cells, and my brain development. It contains zinc. Then this same food item contains fat in between the layers that might predispose me to a heart problem. You have to strike a balance. That is the point where you have to strike a balance. You need to understand the middle point. You need to understand the midpoint. So to make meat less to be less dependent on red meat for your iron, you have to combine it with your green vegetables. Now the bioavailability in the meat will help release the iron in the vegetable. Don't tell me you did not learn anything from this pretty lady today. I find no. But to make up his work, back to what I'm saying. Don't say you did not learn anything from this pretty lady today. Before you chalk out, throw away your red meat. Understand why you're doing that before you land yourself in deeper problems. In the next video, I'm going to tell you ways to prepare your red meat. I've already mentioned combining it with vegetables. Ways to prepare your red meat so that you are not very much at risk of danger. My name is Nneka Oluchike. I remain your well-being teacher. I teach you how to be well physically, mentally, emotionally, aesthetically, and otherwise. See you next time.